Fecomas School Management
Welcome
System.
to Fecomas School Management System, and this is another tutorial where I just want to explain how examination management works. So first of all, you have to log in into the system using your username and password. So once you log into the system, all you need to do is to go on exam module, which is right here. You can see that you can manage scores, manage assessments, school report, and so on and so forth. But before starting using this module, make sure you have properly allocated subjects to teachers, the one who be responsible to be capturing the scores. So you go in settings, you allocate subjects using this subjects allocation option. All you need to do is to add new subject allocation. You specify the class, the subject, and here the teacher will be teaching that subject within the active term. So once the subjects have been allocated, now the teachers have to log into the system. They should be able to see all the subjects that have been allocated to them. For the sake of this presentation, I just allocated most of the subjects to myself so that I'm able to demonstrate this concept. So the beauty part of it, it's like each teacher will be able to create as many assessments as possible per subject that has been allocated. So you can manage several assignments or assessments on that particular subject. So the system will take into account of that. So you need to do it to go on manage assessments here on the exam module. So if you go there, you see that I created some assessments for several subjects. So let's say you want to create assessment for let's say in agriculture from 4 within this active term. So you need to go to click on this, add new assessment, then let's say agriculture, correct spelling for agriculture from 4 test 2. So let's say test 2. So in this assessment type, you choose continuous assessments. Subject, then you have to choose agriculture from 4. Agriculture from 4. Also, I allocated agriculture from 4 here. So if the agriculture from 4 is not allocated to me, it not appear here. Here only subjects that were allocated to myself, the one who has logged into the system, will be displayed. There's no agriculture, which means agriculture is not allocated to me. Yeah, so agriculture is not allocated to me. Okay, so all you need to do is to allocate. So let's go to settings. Let's allocate it because it was not allocated. Add new subject allocation. Then from 4, agriculture, it's here. So here, select teacher, myself, I'm allocating to myself, which is here. Add, so the subject has been allocated to me. So if you go back to exam, manage assessments, then add new assessment, then agriculture from 4 test 2, assessment type, continue assessments, subject, now here, agriculture from 4 is here. Okay, so I can just click that. Then assessment status, making it active, which means you'll be able to capture scores right away. If you deactivate it, which means you cannot capture scores on the deactivated assessments. So each teacher will only activate one assessment at a time. So put active, assessment log, you can put either updated scores or released. So if you want to manage the scores or update scores, then you put this log. Otherwise, if you release that, then you should not be able to update the scores alone because this assessment has been released such a way that parents should be able to see the results of this assessment. So let's put on updating the scores, and after that, assessment weight. So in the assessment weight, you write a percentage of what you want this assessment to contribute towards the end of term school report. So let's say if you want this to contribute 5%, which means this has taken 5% of end of term exam. If you want this not to contribute anything towards the end of term school report, just put it 0. So then, which means it's just an assessment, but it not be contributing towards end of term school report. If you want this to contribute 100% towards the end of term, put 100. So you can manage as many assessments and decide with the weight that is contributing towards end of term school report. So the system will take note of that and will try to aggregate everything and provide the comprehensive end of term school report. For the sake of argument, let's put this 5%. So if you say add, this assessment has been added successfully. So because it has been added, so you should be able now to, if you click on search here, you should be able to see it. It's let's say agriculture, let's search agriculture. So you should be able to see agriculture from 4 test 2 here, which is active. That's okay. Now to capture scores, you should have to go here on capture scores. If you click on capture scores, you see there's nothing for this subject. So you have to click on add new score. So if you see add new score, you see the active assessment. Currently it's agriculture from 4 test to 2. So of this term. Okay. So all you need to do to search a student here. So you see all the Form 4 students will be available for you to assign scores to them. So all you need to do is if you have so many students, you can just search. Let's say you want to search this one here. So just type WE. So see, as we are typing, the students have been filtered real time. So it's click that. Let's say this one is scored 79%. Then add. As simple as that. Let's add another student, James. Then it says 65. As simple as that. Let's another student, Manigo. 44. Let's say for argument's sake. So another student, Bemba. Let's say 50. Let's start. So another student. So you make sure that you assign the scores to all the students. So the system will be there for you. 70. Okay, so who else? I hope we already captured this, but in case you want to repeat, the system will give you an error to say it has detected a duplicate. So this to ensure that you only assign one score per student on this assessment. So once this is done, you see that the students have been assigned this. Okay, so you can see that the system is grading this student based on the grading system we specified on this side. So you configure the grading system earlier on, so the system will use that grading system to grade all these students. So you can see the student have been graded. Now let's check out the reports. So in the reports, you can generate continuous assessment reports. So continuous assessment reports will look at this assessment. Let's have a report, something that can be readily available. So just click on there, continuous assessment reports. So you can generate various reports on this. You can generate what we call the pass list of these assessments. Let's search agriculture. So it's here already. So agriculture from 4 test to 2. Once you click, the system will load a report to just list all the students and how they have performed on this assessment. You see, the system has generated this report. So assessment result report for this assessment agriculture from 4 test to 2. Okay, for this term. So it has tried to summarize from position 1 up to the last position. So you're going to see that the one who has scored better is on top, and with the grading, this is the 3.3 and so on and so forth up to 8. Yeah, so depending on how the student has performed. So if you try, you can export this to either PDF, Excel, or Word. So let's export to PDF. See if you can export this to PDF. This one, okay, you see, if you can click this, it's a PDF. Okay, everything intact. So yeah, the system can do that for you. Okay, so that's what we are saying. You can also, if the student has been maybe has written so many assessments, you can try to produce what we call continuous assessment per student. So continuous assessment per student, the system will just try to look at a student and all the assessments within that term. So if a student has been writing assessment, the system will summarize everything and produce one complete report. For argument's sake, of course, there are several assessments that this is student conducted. So let's for argument's sake, so this is from 3, okay, that's okay. So the student system will produce a report. For example, this one only took English, but let's say for this student from 4, I think let's choose from for Benjamin. So Benjamin, so you see, system will summarize everything and have one complete report. So if you only came in, let's say student took several assignments, the system will summarize all those assignments, and you see it's the goal summary. Okay, but there was maybe this student just took one assessment per subject. That's why you're able to see that. And based on what you assigned as contribution towards the end of term, the system will also take note of that. It's a comprehensive report of which you can try to compare to analyze how student has performed per each assessment, and the system will do that for you. You can also export this to Excel, Word, or PDF, and have the report like that. So the parents should be able to check these reports in their portal respectively. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted you to know how the system is handling this. Okay, so on the other hand, system can also handle what we call the end of term school reports. So end of term school reports will be accessed here. So if you click here, okay, so if you want to generate students that are JC sections from 1 from 2, then use this. For MSc, use this. If your school is primary or nursery, then use this. So all you need to do is to select the student or search by any username. Let's say your student's memory, just type memory. So the system will be filled there. So which means you don't have memory, okay? Yeah, but let's say Joseph. Here, Joseph, just type any keyword. The system will filter everything for you. So if you click there, then you should be able to have the school report right away loading like that. So a beautiful school report. Okay, everything intact. Okay, so the beautiful part of this is like you should be able to have the summary of that average score, the positioning. This is the position number 4 out of our students, and every subject. Okay, including the score and how the student has performed. Interesting part of it is this comment. So the system will be able to give the overall comment based on the student performance. Like in this case, congratulations, Joseph Shimbatata has passed the end of term 1 exams. Improvement is needed in the following subjects. So these are the weak points of this student, and with the dedication, large support, improvement definitely achievable. So the system is trying to automate everything. So the moment the teachers have completed capturing the scores, the school reports are already available. Okay, so like that, you can send me this school report on WhatsApp by clicking this button. Okay, so make sure that your machine, the WhatsApp is stored on it, then the system has to send this to parents. Okay, that's for MIC section. For JC section, for MIC section, just search students here. So Benjamin is here, so the system will load school reports. Okay, like that, as simple as that. Okay, for primary, you load just like that. It's very simple. Okay, so mind you, all these reports can be exported to Word PDF or Word PDF or Excel. That's that. Okay, so see, so can be exported like that. Okay, now in case you are conducting end of term examination, I want also to emphasize you can also generate end of term result sheet by clicking here. So end of term result sheet. So for MIC, let's say from 4, you click here, the system will generate this for you to try to summarize how students have performed on the end of term. So like that. Okay. Okay. That's it from 1. So the system is trying to do the summary of that. Okay. So even here, system is also doing that. So what system will do is to give you the analysis of the performance of each student, starting from number 1 up to the last position. With the analysis who have passed, who have failed, and the passed it. All those have started for exams. So that's it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a problem,
Happy and bright, fees and attendance.